What's up? It is Frey, and today we are going to the comic creators of Delaware. It's a long name. I ain't even gonna lie. I'll flash it on the screen, but I've never been here before. I don't know what I'm getting into. We'll see what happens. Now, I think today is another outdoor convention. I had to bring my own table. And I had to bring my own chair. Kind of just grab my stool, sitting back there. Your boy could not get into the barber, and you know your boy likes to look freshly cut and everything. So the best I could do was shave, and you know even that isn't the best. But at least the weather was nice, and the trip was nice. Well, until. So we were cruising along all nice like, and then GPS wants to holler out, oh, there's a 12-minute delay. 12 minutes? 12 minutes? The show starts in a half hour, and I'm still like 15 minutes out. Crazy. Alright, let's rant a little bit. So, if you go to the event page, this thing says, go all the way up to 34th Street. But guess what? It's not 34th Street. You actually have to look at the flyer for the correct address. I'm on the wrong side of the damn town. I don't even know what number street I'm on anymore. It was at 20 when I was coming down here, and now I'm over here, and this is Baynard. There's nowhere else to go. I can't continue down street. So now I'm just like, where the is this convention? Okay, well now we're on Baynard, but it went to 14th Street, so at least we're there. I know people are going to be like, oh, you should have left early just in case like this happens. I guess. I get it. But the fact of the matter is this. Like, the address on the freaking thing should have been the correct address. It should have been the correct address. I shouldn't have a problem getting to a convention. Alright, I found it, and I set up. And, you know, I was on the verge of turning around, but, you know, it's not bad so far. Let me show you around. So you can see it's pretty much a block. I got the park right there at the end, so that was cool. So it's just like a street. That's my table over there. So this time I was actually prepared. I had my, what are the zip ties? Zip ties! I had those, so all my stuff was anchored to the table. Nothing was going anywhere, so. Yeah, it's really small, but, you know, I've already gotten a sale, so I can't complain too much, so. Well, the convention actually slowed down after those initial sales. So I began to work on thumbnails, and I did a little bit of walking around, but there wasn't really much walking around because the convention was just like one side of the street. So it was not really that much to see. So we got 45 more minutes, and it's kind of slow. Actually, it's very slow. But when I get to like my final analysis, I'm going to say some things to maybe help the convention, because I don't think it's a bad convention, but it definitely needs some work. So as I'm packing, yes, I met some people and it was cool to talk to people, and the people that ran this place, they are very nice, very cool, very friendly, but I have a lot of suggestions to make things better. Now, to me, it seemed like the convention relied too heavily on word of mouth from people that were in their circle. And what I mean by that is that a lot of the people that were there were friends or like family members, it seems, of the people that put the show together. It seemed like a family like reunion or something. It didn't seem like a convention per se. It just seemed like a whole bunch of people. It seemed like street vendors. They're just selling stuff. It wasn't like a convention per se. There was no signage to tell you that a convention was going on here. Another thing, your flyers have to give all the information, and it has to match with your Facebook directions. It said to be on the other side of town. There's no way that should be in the thing. Someone should have looked at that. Marketing, there's too much just relying on your friends' word of mouth instead of going to different places and promoting. For example, I went to a convention called MonkeyCon. The guy who runs it, I've literally seen him at least 4 or 5 conventions this year promoting. But it's like, you got to do stuff like that. You got to get a promotion table and just hand out flyers to your event. A lot of the conventions, they have their own Instagram page. Like, they have their own pages. There was none of that for this convention. And then when you even went to the owner's page, like, there wasn't much mention of the event. Like, I think they had maybe like 2 or 3 flyers or something. But that was it. I'm not trying to bash the event, but I'm trying to help it be better. Because I see the potential. Like I said, it was very easy to set up. Parking was easy. Everything was smooth. Delaware always treats me well money-wise, and I think it's actually a big market for a lot of artists. But there are certain things that this convention did not do that caused it to be lackluster. In fact, the overall vibe I got from the convention is just people had no hope of actually making money. It's different when you go to different conventions. They're like, oh, there's just this plethora of people and hopefully they'll buy my artwork. Like, there's that hope of my artwork's gonna get bought. It possibly could get bought. At least I'm gonna come away with something. A lot of what I got from this convention was a lot of people did not have hope. They were just like, we're just gonna talk to each other. And it's like, it's great, networking's great, but it's like, sales. Gotta get them sales. Also, another thing they need to work on is posting pictures of the event. I tell you, I was trying to get an idea of how the event looked. I think I found like one video of like last year. They showed the sign for the convention, and then they did an interview with one of the artists, and that was it. I didn't see any like pictures, different vendors, different activities. That's another thing. The game truck came an hour before the event ended, and there wasn't anything else to do. This event has to have other things to do. It's very rare that you go to a convention and there's nothing else to do but buy stuff. For example, Baltimore Comic Con, they do like art demos. They have Art Alliance of something like that. They come through and they teach kids how to draw. They got stuff like that. You got panels. Also, that name is a lot to say. And like I would personally shorten it to Creators and Artists of Delaware. I didn't see much comic creators. I saw a lot of just like creators in general making artwork. There wasn't as many comics as I thought there were going to be. So I would just shorten it to Creators and Artists of Delaware. And then you can have a cool acronym, CA of DE. But yeah, I think by implementing some of my ideas, the convention could really, really thrive. And, I'm not saying I'm like an expert or anything, but what I am saying is there are some basic things that are in all conventions that's just missing here. If we can't get it together, it's not going to ever be bigger than it is. Like I said, I don't want to bash them because the guys that run it, they're really cool. They're really awesome, but the event put together, as far as I saw, was just not too good.